ಶ್ರೀಧರ ಹೆಬ್ಬಾರ್ ಕರ್ಜೆ ಮತ್ತು ಬಳಗದವರಿಂದ ಯಕ್ಷಗಾನದ ಹಾಡುಗಳನ್ನು ಕೇಳುವಿರಿ. ಸಂಜೆ 6:15 ತುಳು ಯುವವಾಣಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಚಿತ್ರಾ ಕೆ ಅವರಿಂದ ಸ್ವರಚಿತ ಕವನ ವಾಚನ ಪ್ರಸಾರವಾಗುವುದು.
This is All India Radio Mangaluru. Good morning, listeners. In this week's English program, we have for you an interview with Wilson D'Souza, trainer in spoken Italian and German languages, on the topic Prospects of Learning and Teaching Foreign Languages. He is interviewed by Concepta Fernandez.
A very good morning, dear listeners. Globalization has its influence on every sphere of life. We are now living in a global village that compels us to associate and work with people across boundaries of nations who speak different languages. In such a situation, the best way out is to learn and communicate in the language of our foreign counterpart speaks. In this backdrop, we shall now have an interview with Mr. Wilson D'Souza, who trains people in spoken German and Italian languages in Mangalore. A very good morning to you, Mr. Wilson.
Good morning, and good morning to all the listeners.
On behalf of our listeners, I extend you a very cordial welcome to our studios.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
At the outset, would you please tell our listeners how easy or how difficult it is to learn any foreign language?
Yeah, well, learning a foreign language could be easy or difficult, depending on how you approach it. If you have a systematic and consistent approach with the right type of learning tools, it's not only easy, but it is real fun to learn the basic level of language. But if you want to be proficient in the language you are learning, be ready to put in a lot of efforts, as mastering a language is a painstaking task and requires high level of concentration and a lot of hard work. One should keep in mind the viability of a language as one invests time and effort, and attending classes is not enough. Students should practice on their own.
That means you need to put in a lot of effort, then only you think learning any language is easy.
Certainly.
So Wilson, you are a Mangalorean by birth, having lived and worked mostly in Karnataka. Did you have any exposure to foreign languages as an youngster?
Yes, definitely. My ham radio hobby gave me an excellent exposure to the foreign languages. Through ham radio, I could listen to a lot of ham radio operators' conversations from different continents on a daily basis. And slowly, I started to use simple sentences and greetings, especially in different languages, live on ham radio transmissions. Like in German, I used to say, Guten Tag, wie geht's? In Italian, Buongiorno, come stai? In Japanese, Domo arigato gozaimashita, or sayonara. And in Russian, Spasiba, do svidaniya. And in Arabic, Masalama. And in fact, this motivated me to a great extent to learn foreign languages.
Wilson, it is all Greek and Latin to me. You will have to tell me what did you say just now.
These are all the greetings. When we meet somebody, that's the way we greet them or wish them.
Okay, you are a trainer in spoken Italian and German languages. How did you learn these languages?
I hired a language trainer so that I could learn the correct pronunciation. If you have learned a pronunciation that is a wrong pronunciation, then you need to unlearn it before you learn the correct pronunciation. Besides this, I used to listen to foreign language radio stations on the internet whenever I could find some time. I used to speak to my foreign friends on ham radio and Google Hangout and Skype in the native languages.
Okay.
And apart from that, the books and series, I also used language learning apps which are available on the internet, plenty, and that are free of cost.
Okay.
And the apps what I used was Duolingo, Memrise, Fluent.U. There's so many apps which are available, and that are free.
You are an enthusiastic ham radio operator, amateur.
Yes.
So that has helped you in a big way, isn't it?
Definitely.
Okay, now from how many years are you training people to speak these languages?
Yeah, it started like this. Actually, I was working for CODP, that is Canada Organization for Development and Peace, and that gave me an opportunity to meet youngsters. And I always used to motivate young graduates to learn foreign languages and get placed in a well-paid, glittering job. Because one language sets you in a corridor for life. Two languages open every door along the way.
Okay.
Imagine a situation where from among us thousands of job applicants to an MNC, you get selected because your CV boasts of German or say Italian.
Okay.
And when I used to motivate these students, the first question they used to tell me, sir, it is very difficult to find a foreign language teacher. Could you help me? Well, this made me to fill in the vacuum, and I started teaching foreign language as a hobby about 2 years back. And initially I was taking classes daily for 1 hour, but as of now I'm taking 5 to 6 hours classes apart from my regular 10 to 5 p.m. job at a software company, because teaching gives me a lot of satisfaction.
Okay. So that means you have a lot of people now who are aspiring to learn foreign languages in Mangalore.
Certainly.
Tell me, who are these people who would want to learn foreign languages in Mangalore?
Okay. When students think of doing a language course, either it is to study abroad or work abroad. So when they have this intention, they come to us and they enroll with us. Normally doctors, nurses, engineers, MBAs, graduates from fine arts, hospitality industry are upgrading their language skills in our institutes.
What are the major foreign languages that are taught and learnt in Mangalore other than English?
In Mangalore right now, I think German and French are being taught in some of the colleges, but Italian is taught in some of the institutions, especially who want to go to Italy, because Italy is a hub of mechanical thing, because you see many of well-known cars, they come from Italy, like Lamborghini, Vespa scooters, Fiat from Italia.
Okay.
So a lot of mechanical...
Automobile sector is the big area.
Yes.
Okay.
Especially Germany and Italy are the hubs of mechanical thing.
So people who want to go there for studies and work
Yes.
in such countries, they are the major chunk of your students.
Yes, definitely.
Though age is no bar to learn anything, what do you think is the right age to learn a new foreign language?
Language skills are like sports skills, wherein early starters are at an advantage. Therefore, it is advisable to make an early beginning, as love for foreign language cannot be developed. It should be felt from within. On the contrary, studies have shown that adolescents and adults are in many ways better at learning a new language than children, except in the area of pronunciation. And for learning vocabulary and language structures, being an adult learner is more of a benefit.
So you say a person of any age can learn any foreign language at any point of time.
Definitely.
Wilson, you said earlier that language can be learnt and taught professionally.
Definitely.
How long one needs to learn a foreign language to use it professionally?
Yeah.
What I mean to ask you is, what care one has to take to learn the actual pronunciation or diction of the word? Do you supply any study material for the students, like audiovisual material?
A very good question. There are 3 questions in your
Yes,
question. Let me answer one by one. Foreign language learning is a continuous process.
Yeah.
To learn a foreign language, to use it professionally, depends on how much time you are able to set aside for learning and practicing the language. Normally, 3 to 5 years is the ideal time required, with a fair amount of time and consistency. And secondly, learning how to pronounce a foreign language like a native speaker is really difficult, but it's not impossible. The better your pronunciation, the better people will understand you.
Yeah, correct.
And the easier for you, you will find it to understand them. And before starting to speak a foreign language, spend some time tuning your ears to its sounds and rhythm. The reality is that language acquisition is a complex process that involves communication, grammar, structure, comprehension, and language production, along with reading and writing, speaking, and listening, just to name a few of the simpler aspects of language learning. But millions have achieved some degree of fluency, at least in one other language. And those who have achieved true fluency do so because they put in dedicated, consistent effort over a very long period of time.
Once again, you are stressing on hard work.
Definitely. We do provide our students study materials of international standard designed by the foreign language experts from abroad.
One more question related to that I would like to ask you here. Do you have any interactive session for your students with people who speak that particular language in their day-to-day affairs, like the native speakers?
Yes, it's a very good question. In Mangalore, we could not find native Italians or Germans. As and when we come across someone, we will definitely be glad to welcome them to our institute and have an interactive session. We motivate our students to listen to internet radio and watch YouTube videos where they could find native Italian and German people speak in their native accent. So that's how we make them to cultivate that.
Now the things are much easier with this internet and YouTube, isn't
Exactly. And there are plenty of things available, and that way everything is free. And you can listen to them over and over again till you come very close to their level of pronunciation,
Okay.
the native accent.
Okay.
So that you can achieve. And apart from that, you also get foreign language accent trainers. You can hire them.
Okay. Wilson, now let's come to a closer examples like Karnataka.
Yes.
Kannada spoken in Dharwad
Yes.
sounds entirely different from
Yes.
what here we speak in Mangalore.
Exactly.
Similarly, Germany is now a vast country.
Yes.
East and West Germany are one now.
Yes, united.
One part of Germany has a different kind of accent
Yes.
than the other part. Like in Bavaria, we call it a Bayern
Yes,
region.
exactly.
They sound different.
Yep.
The students who study German language here,
Yes.
are they exposed to such variations?
There is not much extreme changes there, but definitely there is a slight difference in the accent, especially if you go to Switzerland or Austria and southern Germany, you will find a few words and a few accents a little bit different.
You mean to say it is slight variation?
It's a very slight.
Not a large variation like what you hear in Kannada.
No,
It
it's
is
not
nothing
that.
like that.
Right. And people can easily understand that.
Okay.
Like we say Guten Tag, we say in the morning. In the southern part of Germany, they say Grüß Gott. So slight changes will be there, which we tell them.
And what is Guten Morgen?
Guten Morgen is good morning.
Okay.
Yes. You know a little bit of German.
Yes.
Very good.
And they say Danke for thank
Yeah,
you.
danke schön.
Okay.
Yes.
German is spoken in Germany,
Yes.
Austria, Switzerland,
Yes.
all the neighboring countries
Yes.
also. So it is easier for you to learn one language and go to many countries.
Yes, exactly,
Isn't it?
exactly.
People who study German here, if
Yes.
they go for work or studies or any other purpose,
Yes.
it would be much easier for them to
Definitely.
communicate there.
Definitely.
Because basically that is the language spoken there. Unlike what we speak here, several languages.
Yes.
So it is much advantageous, you say.
Yes,
Isn't it?
BMW, for example. BMW is not only in Germany. They have their branches in many countries.
Yeah.
They are in the US also. They are in Europe. They are in Asia. So when those companies are there, like Siemens or BMW or Benz, our students, they have an opportunity to go to their branches, and there they can work with the Germans.
Okay, with the
Not only in Germany,
Huh.
Germans who are working in US or in Asia, they can come and work with those people also, communicate with their native language.
Okay.
So the communication will be very good.
Yes. So now what is the scope for learning and teaching foreign languages in Mangalore?
Well, as I said earlier, in Mangalore, French and German are being taught in some of the colleges. Right now, there are only a few foreign language teaching institutes, but there is a great demand for Arabic, Spanish, Russian, Italian, Chinese, Portuguese, for all these languages, not only for the students, but for the teachers also. And many of the MNCs and foreign embassies and international organizations such as World Bank and the Confederation of Indian Industry, that is CII, they recruit language experts. The scope of foreign language as a career is stupendous. And
You mean
candidates-
to say you need interpreters of other languages,
Definitely,
isn't it?
definitely. There is a heavy demand for that. And they are paid not only per hour, per words also they are paid.
Very lucrative.
Very lucrative job. And candidates willing to explore it have multitude of job opportunities in various multinational companies and multilateral organizations like foreign language teacher, translator for private as well as government organizations, research associates, interpreter, tourist guides, air hostess, flight stewards, hotel resource associates, freelance writers, translators, public relation officers, language experts, plenty. The sky is the limit.
So once you learn any foreign language, of course for us Mangaloreans and for Indians, English is one language that we don't feel it is a foreign language to us.
yes.
Because most of us have a medium of instruction in English.
English.
And having known English, is it easier to learn other foreign languages?
Definitely. If you learn one foreign language along with, say, English, if you know any one of the European language, then the learning the third language will be very, very easy. Now, suppose if you know Italian, learning Latin will be very easy because the structure, the pronunciation, few of the words. Because what happens, some of the languages, they borrow words from different languages. Like English has borrowed many words from Germany, and German has borrowed many words from English. In English, we say yeah. Yeah is a German word. Yeah means yes. We never thought that yeah is a German word. So similarly, there are many words.
It helps us to know more languages if you know one foreign language.
Definitely.
So you have spoken so much about German and Italian.
Yes.
But Italian language, doesn't it sound totally different from German?
Yes, definitely. It's totally different. And I would like to tell you one more thing. There are many Italians and many Germans who would like to learn Hindi. For them, Hindi is a foreign language.
Yes.
So when you know German or when you know Italian, and when you are in Germany or Italian, you can be a foreign language teacher there, teaching Hindi as a foreign language.
So apart from your work there, whatever is your main job, you can also work as a language trainer.
Definitely.
In Indian language.
Indian languages.
Okay.
For them it is a foreign language.
Yes, yes.
And it is a very lucrative job there.
Yes, yes. I'm given to understand that
Yes.
people of Germany would want to learn Hindi and Sanskrit.
Yes.
They have great reverence for Indian culture and
Definitely.
language,
Yes.
literature and all
Yes.
that.
And especially the movies also. They are very much fond of our Indian Hindi movies and all that.
People of India who learn foreign languages like German, Italian, they'll have better job opportunities as instructors or trainers of Indian languages abroad.
Yes, plus they can teach yoga also. Yoga has got a stupendous scope there.
Okay.
Because you can communicate there with them in their local language, and you can tell them what is this yoga, how did this helps you.
So you having one foreign language like German or Italian
Yes.
can help you in more than one ways.
Yes, definitely. That's what I told you. If you know two languages, it will open every door on the corridor.
So it's very nice of you, Mr. Wilson, to take time off out of your busy schedule to come over to our studios and enlighten our listeners regarding learning and teaching foreign languages. I take this opportunity to thank you profusely on behalf of our listeners. Thank you very much.
Gracias. Arrivederci. Ciao.
We'll have to say it in English.
Thank you very much.
Gracia is its language.
Gracias is Italian. Thank you. Auf Wiedersehen is German. See you again.
Okay then, see
Thank
you
you,
again.
madam. Thank you, madam.
You were listening to an interview with Wilson D'Souza, trainer in spoken Italian and German languages, on prospects of learning and teaching foreign languages. The interviewer was Concepta Fernandez. This program came to you from the studios of All India Radio, Mangaluru.
ಆಕಾಶವಾಣಿ ಮಂಗಳೂರು ಚಿತ್ರಗೀತೆಗಳ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ಎಸ್ ಪಿ ಬಾಲಸುಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ್ಯ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಹಾಗೂ ಸಂಗೀತ ಹಂಸಲೇಖ.